All right, let's talk about the journey of a contracting business. It's a path that is surprisingly predictable and, yeah, often super challenging. If you're in the trades, I guarantee you're going to see yourself in one of these stages.
Ever feel like this? That nagging feeling that you're not really in charge, that the business is actually running you into the ground? It's a classic feeling for contractors, but believe me, it doesn't have to be that way. There is a way out and a way up.
I love this slide because it captures the whole journey perfectly. Just think of it like a ladder. Every single contractor starts at the very bottom, but the whole point is to keep climbing. So we're going to walk up that ladder together, step by step, so you can see exactly where you are, and more importantly, what you need to do to get to that next rung.
Okay, let's start at the very beginning, in what we call the grind. These first two stages, this is where most businesses are born, pretty much through sheer grit and willpower.
Does this sound familiar? This is stage one, the headless chicken. You're the one making the sales, doing the labor, handling the books. You are literally everything. And look, it's how 99% of us start, but it's a dangerous trap. Because if you're not on that job site, swinging a hammer, or talking to a client, the cash register makes a grand total of $0 that day.
And here's the financial reality of that stage. Your net profit is probably going to top out somewhere between $40,000 and $80,000. You're working your tail off, but there's a hard ceiling on what you can earn because there's only one of you.
So what's the next move? You hire some help. And boom, welcome to stage two, the babysitter. You've got some leverage now, which is awesome, but you've just unlocked a whole new set of problems. You're still on site every single day, not just working, but now you're constantly managing your crew, answering a million questions, and putting out fires. The second you leave, everything just grinds to a halt.
Now, the money's better, for sure. You're looking at $80,000 to $150,000 in net profit. But your time? It is still not your own. You've basically just traded one kind of chaos for another, and your nights and weekends are still totally consumed by bids and paperwork.
So how do you escape the grind? This slide right here, this is the key. This is your escape plan. It's not about working harder, it's about building a fundamentally smarter business. You absolutely have to get your finances dialed in. Price your jobs for a healthy 35–50% gross profit, and get your sales so consistent that you're booked out for months. But the real game changer, number 5, you have to build systems for the job site, for marketing, for hiring, so the business can finally run without you being there to solve every little problem.
Now, if you can actually check off all those boxes, you hit stage 3. And this isn't just another step. This is a massive leap. It's the tipping point. It's the moment you stop being self-employed and you truly become a business owner. And this is what it looks like. We call this the fisherman. This is the dream, right? You're finally off the tools. You can take a week-long fishing trip and the business doesn't even notice you're gone. Why? Because those systems you built are doing the heavy lifting. You're not doing the labor anymore. You're managing the machine.
And would you look at the reward for that? Your net profit can take an absolutely massive jump, anywhere from $150,000 up to $400,000. This is the financial proof that getting off the tools to work on your business instead of in it is the single most profitable move you can make.
So what's the engine behind all this freedom? It's all about these systems. It's not magic. It's job site systems, so your crew knows exactly what to do. It's client management systems, so you get 5-star reviews every time. It's tracking systems, so you know your numbers inside and out. Every single important function of the business needs to have a documented, repeatable process.
So once you've achieved that freedom, guess what? The game changes all over again. You're not just managing anymore. Now you're scaling. This is where you go from being an owner to being a true leader. In stage 4, you become the coach. Your main job has nothing to do with projects anymore. Your job is to develop other leaders inside your company, your project managers, your head of sales. You're coaching them, you're constantly refining the business's playbook, and then this amazing thing starts happening. Clients you've never even spoken to start leaving you 5-star reviews.
And the growth just continues to accelerate, pushing you up toward that 7-figure mark in net profit. Yeah, we're talking $400,000 to a cool $1 million. That is the power of developing a great team and automating your operations.
From there, you evolve one more time into the strategist. Now at this stage, you are completely out of the day-to-day. You're not thinking about this week's jobs. You're planning where this company will be in 2, 3, even 5 years. You're looking at buying your competitors, expanding into new cities, the big picture stuff. This is where you stop just making a great living and you start creating massive wealth. We're talking $1 to $5 million a year in net profit. You've built an incredible, profitable machine, and now your only job is to figure out how to multiply it.
The journey from coach to strategist and beyond, it all comes down to one word: mastery. You've got to perfect every single system in the business. You build out a complete leadership team that you can trust with anything, and you keep refining those systems until the whole company runs and grows with you, maybe putting in just a few hours a week.
But is that the top of the ladder? What's the absolute peak? The final destination? Well, that brings us to the end game.
And here it is, the Conqueror. We are talking about building a $100 million plus empire. At this level, you have a full C-suite, a CEO, a CFO, running the company for you. Your only job now is to set the vision for the future and manage the generational wealth you've created.
The profit potential here is, well, it's basically unlimited, $5 million and up. This is the absolute maximum scale a contracting business can hit, putting you in the same league as the biggest service brands in the entire country.
Okay, so we've just climbed this entire ladder, all the way from the grind of the headless chicken to the empire of the conqueror. So now, the most important question of all is, where are you on this ladder, and what's your very next move?
Let's just do a quick recap with this table that lays it all out. What I want you to notice is how the owner's focus changes at every single stage. You go from doing the work, to managing people, to leading leaders, and finally, to just steering the vision. And you can see how the profit follows that evolution perfectly. So find your row on this chart. Be honest, that's where you are today. Now look at the row right above it. That is your next target.
And really, that's what it all comes down to. This isn't just some theory, it's a proven roadmap. You now have a crystal clear picture of the path ahead of you. So the only question left is the one you see on the screen. What's your next step up going to be? Thanks for tuning in.